Hello, scumbags. It is Star Wars week here on the Rebel Scum podcast, our countdown to The Last Jedi. It's going to be amazing. And for today's show on Vote or No Conference, I got a very special guest. If I'm going to set it up in one way, I'm going to do it in this way. And that's that if you've been watching our content on YouTube and hearing about our Patreon page, and if you've been one of the people that's been thinking about becoming a subscriber to the Patreon page but haven't yet, then my guest is about to make you a little bit jealous because my guest is Janet, and she's one of our Patreon subscribers and fans of Rebel Scum. Janet, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How's everybody doing today?
Oh, I am fantastic. Yeah, it's...
and Andrew and James and them? They doing great? Andrew and James and Brock?
Oh yeah, they're I'm sure they're doing fantastic. Absolutely. You'll get to talk to them as well soon, and it should be awesome. Right now the important thing is you're here with us to discuss Vote of No Confidence, and it's going to be an awesome episode because our topic today has to do with Kylo and Rey, of course, and it is whether they are going to team up together to become to build up the new Sith Order in a certain way. So let's start this off. James flipped this magical coin, and we were going to land on one of the two sides, and I landed on the fact that yes, they are going to do it. And of course, Janet, you landed on the side of
no, they're not going to do it. It's not going to happen.
All right, I'll start this off then, and It's a funny topic because one of these things about ever since that last trailer came out for The Last Jedi, one of the gigantic topics was the hand being extended, Kylo's hand being extended to Rey, and whether she was gonna join him in some type of way at the dark side. But also one of the big topics is that some people like to say that the Sith are going to come back because of this. Because of him extending that hand, the Sith are going to return, and they're going to rebuild the Sith Order. And I think that this is very important, particularly because of Kylo. And Kylo's kind of like a fanboy in some type of ways for Darth Vader. And Darth Vader, of course, was a Sith. So it's interesting to say that because, what better way of idolizing your idol than to rebuild what he started, what he was a part of. So that's my opening salvo to you there, Janet. And I think that Kylo is going to want to again rebuild what Darth Vader started. What do you think?
Okay, Rob. Well,
attack me. Come on, give me all you got.
Rey and Kylo are already teaming up with me here, and we're going to say that. The hand being extended at the end, Kylo's looking like he might be coming back to the light. I think Rey's going to be pulling him back to the light, actually.
Okay.
I don't think they could rebuild the Sith Empire. I don't understand where they're going to be with this theory, where they're going to be learning about the Sith from. As far as we knew, Darth Vader and Palpatine were the last of the Sith, and they're both gone. Ezra and Maul pretty much crunched the last holocron. So where are they going to be gaining all of this Sith knowledge from? Are they going to the library to look up Sith Lords for Dummies or how to rebuild your Sith Empire by Emperor Palpatine? Where are they going to gain all this knowledge from? And I'm pretty sure that if Kylo and Rey team up, it's going to be to destroy Snoke so that they can help Luke rebuild the Jedi Order.
Yeah, it's an interesting factor because, again, it's one of the topics I've discussed a lot about on the Rebel Scum show itself, and it's that I kind of feel like my way of describing Kylo is that his brain and his wanting, he wants to be a part of the dark side. He keeps wanting to embrace it and pushing to embrace it, and then his heart is kind of pulling him to the light in a certain way. And yeah, maybe he will eventually wind up on there, but I kind of feel like his head wants to idolize Darth Vader. He wants to do that. And, we've been talking about, and especially with stuff like Battlefront 2 and all the new stuff that's coming up, especially with The Last Jedi, we're finding about the Jedi Temple and all these types of places and this compass that came into in Battlefront 2 in their campaign that's supposedly bringing them to there. Who's to say that we're not going to find a lot more places that the Sith were idolizing, right? Like, a Sith temple and whatnot. And, if we're going to the Jedi temple in The Last Jedi, maybe episode 9 is about, delving into more of the past of the Sith, finding out about more of that stuff, especially if that hand being extended is coming towards the end of the movie. I don't think it will be the end of the movie, but like if her kind of joining Snoke is in some type of way our Luke, I am your father moment, in some degree, basically being the bridge into episode 9 and finding more about the Sith, and her not only at first in Last Jedi seeing, all the Jedi temple stuff and everything that place has to offer, but now in episode 9, her finding out about what the Sith have to offer and finding out a Sith temple or anything like that. So, yeah, that's my second salvo, Janet. What do you think about it? Tell me, give me your thoughts.
I guess that could be possible, but Kylo isn't a Sith, right? Neither is Snoke. He doesn't believe in the Sith Order, really, right? At this point, does he? So, like I said, I think that we're going to see Kylo go through some pretty big changes in this film coming up. And I'm also, like, on the side of, when you look at it as a story, I know Kathy Kennedy said she had plans for other characters after the trilogy ends, but she never mentions Kylo. So if Kylo possibly goes back to the light, maybe Kylo might give his life to pay for some of the things he's done, like killing Han Solo. If he gives his life to pay for his mistakes, how's he going to be rebuilding anything with Rey? Because he'll be gone. So I don't know that Kylo's going to survive the trilogy long enough to rebuild a Sith Empire to team up with her. If he does survive, I definitely do think that Kylo is going back to the light side of the Force. I think that in The Force Awakens, there was a certain scene in there where he's talking to Vader's mask and he's asking him to show him the power of the darkness. Why is that? Because he keeps being pulled to the light. And in the interrogation scene, Rey gets inside his head and says, "You're afraid that you're never going to be as strong as Darth Vader."
Right.
And Kylo, in my opinion, that was a big foreshadow of his redemption, and he's coming back to the light. Because if Kylo ever wants to be as strong as Darth Vader, he's going to have to turn his back on the dark side and re-embrace the light.
No, yeah, absolutely. Like, whether he's going to switch or not is just one of the most interesting things about what's going to happen with these characters. But my point of view in terms of the Sith just being rebuilt, like, it's not like I kind of believe that they don't have to be actually a part of it if they just started this rebirth and then it built onto other people. Like for example, I'm about to plug a different trilogy that was awesome and came to a close this past summer, and that's the Planet of the Apes, the new Rise of the Planet of the Apes trilogy. And that type of way, spoiler alert, if you don't want to be spoiled about what happened at the end of the most recent one, War for the Planet of the Apes, I'm going to give you 5 seconds right now. I'm just going to mention it for a real quick bit. Pardon me? Did you?
Okay. I did.
Oh, you have seen it. Okay.
My son is a huge fan of that franchise. So,
is he?
Yeah, I've seen
That's
it.
fantastic. So, but yeah, for fans, if you have not seen it, in 5 seconds, I'm just going to mention what happens at the end. Caesar, he dies. But at the end, his death kind of like pushes the ape empire to go to a different area and just start what would be the more perhaps modern day Planet of the Apes trilogy, like the old. I said modern day, but I meant the old thing. So it kind of bridges its way into that. So even though Caesar started the revolution to push it that way and become this new ape society that we would know back in the original Charlton Heston Planet of the Apes movies, he wasn't there for it, but he opened the door for it. So I kind of feel like whatever is going to happen with Kylo is that. He is not a Sith. That is a true point. That the Kathleen Kennedy and several other people like Pablo Hidalgo have been very, very adamant to say that he is not a Sith and that Snoke is not a Sith. But just the fact that he idolizes Darth Vader makes me think that he's going to try to do it, and whether he's going to live at the end of it to see it come to fruition, for his vision to come to a head, is going to be the debate. But I still think that it's a possibility that he could perish, but then again, the Sith will live on, because some version of the Sith, I do believe, is going to come back in some type of way in this trilogy or incoming trilogies.
That would be interesting. And then like Rey would be like turning all dark side Rey, and she's going to be dressing up in some provocative like bustier costumes and whipping the crap out of everybody. Rob, this is Disney. That's going to be going down. I don't see Rey going all dark side. I think she's going to stay on the light side. She's not going to be rebuilding any Sith anything by the end of the trilogy. So I think it'd be a cool idea if her and Kylo did team up and rebuild the Sith Empire. Actually, I was a little bit envious that you got that side of the argument, because I had this total dream in my head about Rey and Kylo being all Sith and them being kind of like the Joker and Harley Quinn, except Rey's like in the Joker role and Kylo's in the Harley Quinn role. But
that's very interesting. Like, there you go. Like,
but
I want to hear what the comment section has to think about that idea, about them becoming the Joker and the Harley Quinn. That's such an interesting topic.
Actually, this is Disney, and I'm pretty sure that they're going to end up redeeming Kylo in the end, and Rey's going to end up with or without Kylo. She's going to end up rebuilding the Jedi Order, a new type of a Jedi Order, one that's going to fix the problems that the Jedi Order had previously, like from the prequels and stuff. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And I think Rey and Kylo would agree with me.
Well, I think what everybody has to appreciate most of all is your passion for Star Wars. And yeah, those beautiful figures right there. They're pretty amazing. Are they Hot Toys? Is that what they
are? They're a sideshow. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
My husband bought this one for me, but we argue over whoever would get custody of Kylo if anything ever happened to one of us.
And it's funny that you just decided to also split them up there for the benefit of this argument, and that's the cool part. But, the awesome part about just doing Vote No conferences in general, just talking about these topics and just, having a cool discussion, like as to whether something like this is possible, what types of things would have to happen in order for this to be possible. So that's the cool part. And
oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I think you guys should comment below. Let us know how awesome Janet did on this side of it, and how this topic itself, how it could affect, is it possible? I think James is going to put a nice little poll up there, so let us know. Do you think that they're going to rebuild the Sith, or are they not going to rebuild the Sith? So yeah, that's the awesome part about it. Janet, thank you so much again for being my guest here on the Vote No conference this week. Let everyone know where they can find you, and let you know how great you did on this episode, because I think it was awesome, and we'll definitely have you back for more stuff soon.
Awesome. That would be great. Yeah, anybody can find me at Instagram as Misconduct75, and I also have a Tumblr blog, and it's Misconduct. And also, my children and I, my teenagers, we started our own podcast, and it's called FamFic, and it's capital FAM, capital FIC, where we discuss different types of fiction, not just Star Wars, but we're planning on doing all different kinds of fiction. We're going to be doing Hunger Games. We just last night recorded a discussion on the Avengers Infinity War trailer. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's mainly aimed at 13 years old and up, just about bridging the generational gap in fiction and getting parents and teenagers talking about fiction and these stories and exploring the morals of them. So if you guys want to come and hang out with me and my kids and my family and listen to some great discussions about our favorite stories, we would really love to see you guys come by and check that out, and leave comments and like and subscribe.
Yeah, fantastic. I had a look at it briefly yesterday. I'm definitely going to subscribe because it looks like some really fun stuff. So you guys should as well.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you. Yes, that's great.
All right, and as for myself, you can find me as usual on Twitter and Instagram at Robert E. McDonald, and also the Stardust app. I'm still going to keep pouring it out, guys. Check it out. It's a cool reaction app. You get to react to trailers. You get to react to the movies themselves. It's cool. It's little 30-second videos that you just do yourself. They're quick and easy. So check that out. You can follow me there at Rob Mac. And I'm right in the middle of my Christmas, countdown to Christmas is what I'm calling it, marathon, where I'm doing 25 Christmas movies over 25 days of December. So So check that out, guys. And as per usual, may the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
Always.
Always.
Hey scumbags, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up on our video. As always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Rebel Scum Podcast, for all the latest videos.